Hi everyone, my name is Gideon Lahav and I'm a Glide app expert since 2020, and today I want to show you how we can build a custom e-commerce store with Glide. My first step was basically create a data spreadsheet. I usually use Google Sheets and then export it to a CSV file so I can import it to Glide. And by doing this, it will create an inventory for myself. So I can click continue here, and then I can actually get the Google Sheet if I want to, or import a CSV file. So let's go for the Google Sheets option, because already here are cameras, it's already in my drive, so I can select cameras. We're gonna build, as you guessed it, a camera e-commerce store. Of course, it can be any product that you desire. So here are our cameras. Let's look on the data, see what we got here. So we got our users and we got here our cameras, and we can give this a better name. Let's call it inventory or products. It can be either one. So basically we have a really simple table here. We have a name, description, image, and price. We'll start by adding just without inventory for now. It's a bit higher complex. I really want to focus on the create a cart experience. So to do that, basically we have several methods to do this. I will do my own. We'll create another table. We're going to call it carts. Basically here the user will add a cart. He will add a product to its cart. Like any other table that we have in Glide, it's best to add a row ID, and also I like to give the name of the row ID, I mean the table itself, where it belongs. Already product, and also gonna add another one for the users. User. All right. Here we're going to change it to admin. I would like to do this in this way so we can mark it easily like this, admin, because basically we have here in this simple example, we're going to have clients, the one who create the carts, and we're going to have the admin, who basically is the user or users that can add products, view other carts, change statuses and stuff like that. Let's go to the layout. What I also really like to do initially is to add a company directory, and this we can just call it as users, like this. We can do it in any way that we want, doesn't really matter. And what I will do now is I'm going to change the user table to this table. So I'm going to call it users. This one I don't want anymore. We can upload it here, and then I'll go here, click here where the user should be, choose the correct new sheet. It's gonna take the name, email, and photo, which is great. And now we can come here. This is something basic that Glide did for us. All of these are not relevant basically, but we also want to add the admin role as we did before, and let's say Alma is our admin. On the rest probably we won't use at all, but I won't spend my time on deleting this unrelevant information. We'll just go with it. All right, so let's go. Okay, we need to think about what do we need here. So we have users, admins, and clients. We have the products, great. We have the cart. So cart should have probably maybe order ID or order number, something like that. Okay, create order number. We should have timestamp of when basically got created, and user email, like who created this cart. And because I have user email, I can actually already make my first relation between the user to the carts. So let's do it here. Let's go carts, and we're gonna click relation. We do relate between similar data. So if I have here emails, I will put here emails in the cart, the same exact one. I'm gonna match multiple because each client potentially can have more than one cart, or we can do it in a different way where they only have the one cart. Let's see how it goes, but basically we can do it other way. Either they can have multiple carts and multiple reservations, or they can have just the one. It depends on your store, of course, but let's go for the multiple ones. So we're gonna click save. Another thing that we need is the product in the cart. So for that, I would like to use Glide Big Tables. You can use Big Tables also on the free plan. Potentially, Glide Big Tables can grow more and more, above the 25,000 rows currently provided by Glide in all plans. So with these Glide Big Tables, potentially you can grow more than that. You can grow to 50,000, 100K, or even 10 million if you go for the highest Glide plan subscription. So I would like to use the Glide Big Tables. We're gonna use it for the product in carts. So basically what will happen is a user gonna view these products, and you're gonna add the product that he wants to the cart by adding a row here and the number of products that he wants. So we need product name. So we can leave it also here. Basically, if the product name can change, so we would like the row ID of the product. And here also gonna add a simple row ID as well. Row ID to product. And because this is a Glide Big Table, I would like to add as much basic data as possible. So already product and also product name. I will try to avoid as much as I can with lookups, meaning making a relation between this product to this product and bring back the information such as price, name, description, and so on. Image, I can take it, it's not a problem, but price, row ID, definitely, and also we want the amount. The price will be probably the most important one to bring as it is, because also, you know, if a person, if the store will change the price of a product, but the user already added that product to the cart, we don't want the price change, because if I added a product a week ago, it was in a certain price, and now you raise the price, I shouldn't be affected by the raising price, because I added at the time where I saw the price. So price and amount will be fixed amount. I'm gonna add the product, but I can actually make a relation here for at least for the image for now. So from the product ID to product ID, and going to be single, and now I can get the product image. We're going to look how this all fall out in the layout later on, but for now let's just build the data tables first. So we have the ID, name, image, price and amount. Yeah, we can probably also look up for the name as well, but we can also leave it as it is. What else we need here? We need the cart ID, of course, because how we can relate between the product in the cart to the cart. So write it cart, and now I can do this, make a relation between the row ID to the row ID cart, and match multi. I will also add here product in the cart, the timestamp. Better to have it than not. And also the user who added this product to the cart. All right. Awesome. All right. So basically here our users, we can put it here in the menu below. We don't really need it. We don't need multiple users. We can just remove that one. And here I'm gonna go to options, visibility, and I will make it that it's visible only if the user that currently active and logged in, this is why I'm inside the user profile, is in fact an admin. Meaning if I'm going to anywhere else, I should not be able to see that page, but I see only the main page here. All right. Next, we're gonna make maybe some profile here. Of course, if you don't know this, you can go to settings, a bit higher level, and we have here name and icon, so we can put here a camera icon emoji. We can also upload any image that we want. We can use Canva or whatnot, so we can call it Gideon a camera store, or just camera store. And here we can click upload image. We can basically put here whatever. That doesn't look so good. In the settings we can put here camera store, find any camera in our store. Kind of like a simple slogan. We can go to settings and put that here, even a description. Right. camera store, and here we can put an image. Okay, so to be able to put some images here, trick that I have is going to the data, users, add a couple of rows, click here, and then we have the stock images. So we can just search for a camera. This is fine, and then we can say photography. And we can click here, and then simple as making this as a URL. Now I can take the link of the image, put it here, and for the second one, put it here, and now we can just delete these rows. Turn back to image. All right. So we have this kind of thing. Let's also publish it. Catch the name camera store. Nobody is occupying this. That's awesome. All right, so I can even open it here. Look at that, it's already live. So now we can just go to settings. Let's make it public and only, yeah, let's make it public and optional user, because we want people to go inside the store, view the stuff, and if they want to create a cart, we're gonna force them to log in. So that's that. And now we can refresh here. See, simple as that. 15 minutes in, even less than we just started. And you can be probably even quicker than this. And we already have a web app. Just like that. Even I can click it and see some stuff here. And this is just the beginning. Of course, it's also mobile friendly. As you can see, I'm working on the mobile view, but I can also go to desktop and see the same as I saw it here. I just like to work sometimes on the mobile as a mobile first kind of thing. And yeah, and basically it's easier also to explain because I can make it a bit wider. All right, so next. So here we can just remove this. Also, what I really I like to do is usually I'm gonna put the source page, the very first page, I'm gonna make it as the users page. Let's call this home. And we can make it as home. All right, so we have a search here. That's nice. A person can search information, but we have here add, edit, and delete. I want each of them that only admin will be able to do it. So only admin should be able to add new cameras and delete, of course, is checked. So now Alice cannot do it, but if I'm gonna log in as Alma, then I'm able to basically add, you can make it as garden focus. So once I'm gonna open it, my marker already be inside the name. And let's put also price as required. And then we can actually copy all of this, copy all, and click here on the edit, and delete all of this and paste it. And then we already have the required things. It's very easy to do it this way. Let's add the price. All right. So now we want to add to the cart. Let's say this is I'm browsing here. Also see some really big descriptions. I'm gonna probably remove this description, and we can enable advanced action. So when item click, I want to show as a slide in. So it's gonna look like this. And we don't need the edit button here. It's fine to have it upside. Emphasis can be the price like this, and then we don't need this. And now we need a button. It should be add to cart. Right? And as we said, basically what we want here is we want to add it to the carts. But first of all, we need to create the cart to begin with, because we're talking about multiple carts. If I was doing just a one cart thing, like I want to add one cart until it's finished, you cannot do it anymore. Maybe I can just add and that's it to the user, and that's it. But we want the experience of multiple carts. So for this reason, we also need the current cart that been added. So what we can do actually in Glide, we can add a row here and take this row ID information back inside the user table. And then we can say last, and then let's call it current cart, like this. And basically I can add, we'll do it in a second. I just want to build first the data behind the things. So we can have the current cart, and then I'm gonna duplicate this, and I'm gonna make a relation between the current cart being added to the cart itself, and I'm gonna make it as single, like so. Because in this way you will see how I'm taking this information, this ID, because it's in the user table. I can use it anywhere, and it will make my life easier when I'm adding it to the product that's just been added. And this is where you see it will be connected, and then I can see all the information, everything. We're gonna make roll-ups and so on and so on to get like the total amount and so forth. So let's start with deleting this dummy cart and this dummy product. So what I want to do here, I'm going to create a custom workflow. We call it add to cart as the name, save it. We make a condition. The condition is if the current cart is empty, then I want to create a new cart. When I create a new cart, I want to add the current date and time as a timestamp, and I want to app's user email. Oh, and by the way, we said that people are going inside the app without logging in. So just so people won't disturb me while I'm doing this. So we want to do this if email also is not empty, because we're going to create another condition here that if the email is empty, meaning This how I can recognize basically if the person is logged in or not. So if the email is empty, make it first. Then we're gonna send him to sign in. Once he sign in, he can go back and click and try this again. So if it's the current cart is empty and the email is not in, then add the cart. Also gonna have this order number that we need to create. So basically we have order number here. I'm going back to users. I'm gonna add here another column. I'm gonna call it order number max. I'm gonna use rollup function to find all the order numbers. And I will click maximum. Yeah, I'm gonna click maximum and then I'm gonna say maximum +1. You can do +100 or whatever you want basically, but we can start by doing this and save it. And of course we need the first cart, so it will be possible to do this, but let's say we have it, so we're gonna take it from user profile, the max1, so it's the last order being made +1, and then it will give it like the unique number, and then write row ID to the current cart ID. If you remember that we done this. If you don't remember, please skip a bit back to see what we did there. And then I added the cart. Then I want to create a simple wait condition, and we call it creating new cart, because I just want to make sure that this cart location is not empty, that it really happened. 3 seconds is more than enough. And after that, I can add the products itself. So we have, because we clicking on the product, I can have all the information from the product. So I have the ID, the cart I have from the user profile. I can have the product name and price. Amount can be 1 as a default. Timestamp can be current. User email is the user email. This we can also use it, but for now I think it's enough for this. And oh wait, yes, I know how we can use it. Something nice. So we can say current product added. The same as we did in the cart, is kind of like the same thing, but this time we'll do it as user specific. The reason is multiple people will see the same product and we don't want them to override each other. So each one of them gonna write it in a different way. And then we can make a relation like this. And then current product added. And then from the product list, we can go to the row ID of the product. And what this will allow me to do is to show the edit page of the product that I just added. And why I want to do that? I want to do that because I want to be able to change the amount. Okay, maybe it's okay as it is, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe I want to add +1, +2, or just keep browsing. So we're gonna do this in this way. And another condition will be, first of all, email is not empty, and current park is not empty as well, because here it's empty. It is not empty because here I do not need to create the cart, it's already been created. Here only can duplicate this and basically end the product. Here don't forget to write to the current product, and same here. And this is basically the action that we need to do, add a product, at least for now. That's totally fine. So again, if the email is empty, first sign in. If there is no cart, create a cart, then add a product. And if the cart exists, then only add a product, and then show the edit screen of the product being added, so we can edit the amounts. All right, hope it was good. You've followed up on this. If not, you can stop, take a break, drink some coffee. And let's continue on. So let's close this. And now basically we can click the add to cart and see what happens. All right, awesome. So basically here we reached the edit screen of the added product. So what I can do here, we can make a title image. We can give it a product name. Below the subtitle, image is okay. We can put the price. And now we can put a number, which will be the amount. So the minimum should be 1. Maximum is totally depends on you. We can even put inside the product table whatever max amount that we want. So it's going to be dynamic. For each product, going to be a different amount. But for now, let's say 10 is the maximum. How many cameras one person can get? So let's make it 10. Let's make it required and autofocus. And let's make. Let's try to make our life easier. So we can add minus here, and I want to do here minus. And basically I want to incinerate number of the amount by minus 1. And here I want to use the action of incinerate and +1 for the amount. All right, so basically I can add here plus. If you're gonna reach more than 10, you're gonna show me the maximum, and it won't let me submit basically. See, minus. Once it's 1, I can submit it. We can say that, let's try this. Added today. Because it's a big table, we have some issues with it. For the current time being, June 25, there are some issues with glide big tables. It's a bit harder to use than the regular glide big tables. We have a bit of limitations. We have here edit date, so we can say this product in cart. If the edit today is within today, I mean been added today at least, I will, and we can say that if added today is empty or added today is before today, and then edit amount, and this will basically open the edit screen of the relation if the edit today is within today, and then I can simply click and change the amount if I want to. If it's been added today, if it was added before today and so on, you will just need to add it again. So now I can add product, which is great, but we want also the experience of the cart. I mean, we want to see it basically in the checkout and everything. So now that I added this, we can have, now that we have added a couple of products, we can say like cart sum and then use rollup, and we can sum the basically the price. So sum, and actually this is not totally correct. We need a sum, will be like math, and we will have price. Multiply amount. You can decide on the currency if you want to, for example US dollars, but you can of course put any remark that you want. And now we can sum the sum, and let's use the dollar sign as well here, and now we can have the total sum of the cart. Next, I want to open I want to put the carts here. Let's call it cart. Inside our cart, we're gonna have the sum. So total price, and we're gonna have the products inside the cart, and we can add here a price multi amount. So this is how basically we can see the calculation working. Action, we can remove the add, or we can just leave the add, but we're just gonna, instead of open a new form, we can just go to tab and send them home, because they're gonna need to edit. And in the card itself, I want to play with the visibility that current cart relation is not empty. Meaning if I have any other person, I don't see the cart page, but as soon as I'm gonna add to cart and I'm gonna submit it, by the way, we can put another action here on the submission, close overlay. So when I'm gonna add a new item, I'm gonna close all the overlays that I did. So submit, I'm gonna close it, and now I can see of course the card because I just added a new stuff. This collection is here, right? I can click edit if I want to. let's change this edit and drag it all the way and make it as a slide in. And we can enable this detail screen. Once click on it, nothing will change, and I click edit, and I can do all of this. We can make it compact a bit and fit. Compact and fill, doesn't matter. All right. See how the price has been changed. So now basically we want to purchase this thing. Of course we can also add like VAT information and multiply this by VAT and whatnot. In this point I don't want to touch it. Basically I just want to show you. Okay, we just created the cards. For now let's leave it like this. What I also wanted to show is something like this. We can use we can actually do it in the user profile. So if they go into the user profile, we can put it here, up there. We can give them some edit option. So they can edit their stuff. Email should not be editable at all. We can put image picker if they want to, or phone number or whatever they want. But most importantly, I want to show them their cards. So card order number, and description can be timestamp, and we can say like some card sum, and make it compact like this. You can decide on the design if you what you wish. And basically what I want here, I can come here and copy all of this and go there, click on the card, delete, and the screen can be order number. Let's see what happened to us with the order number. So the first one should be like 1 and 2, and then we have 3 and 4. And let's say cards, let's say we want to do another one, a close card. It's simply gonna clear in the user profile row the current card and clear, and make it off. And then when I close it, it's gonna hide this table, this page. It's gonna be here anyway, so no fear. What will happen is that I can basically add new. I can make a new card. Now I can see the card again. Okay, we have like here a small bug. So let's try to understand here what is going on. Did we create a new card or not? We did. With the new number 3. And then we have this, which is great. But we are in the cards. Okay, so also happened to the best of us. but basically I missed this because now we see the cards, but we see always the first card. Doesn't matter where it is in the table, because I didn't use a filter here. We need to make a filter that the row ID of the card is actually the current card chosen by the user. And now it looks much better. Also, if I come here, I will see 2 cards. So yeah, remember to filter card and card for the slogan, for the slug. All right, this looks really nice. We can also add here some basic information of added today, is within today. Then let's make it as check or added today. Then we can have some remarks that, okay, we actually added this product already. So product in cart is not really correct, because this basically gonna add it in a different cart. So let's see how we can handle that. And this, let's try this. So this is in the cart. And we can use the same logic as here. And I want to filter if the card is the current card. So if it's been added today, we don't want to show it. Let's say success story. We were trying to prevent people to add the same thing today. But here, this product, Olympus MGU, see, this is in the cart, so we can go to action, and once click on it, we're going to show the edit screen with the slide in, and then I can do this, submit. Now we want to purchase it. So here it's can get difficult, and it really depends on the preference of you. If you use Stripe, if you use Pay Here, you can use any other form of payment, but basically what you want to do here is create a payment page, payment table. Let's call it payment. We want the card ID and we want to do user email. I mean the person who purchased this. Timestamp. Actual price paid. That won't be a good. That won't be a bad idea to do this. With the cart ID, basically we need this to connect it to here, and basically we will able to do this. So payment relation. We can use the ID if we can, and pass it here. And basically if this exists, then it means that the card been paid. I will also probably use Glide Big Tables over here because we're gonna have lots of payments, but this is probably gonna be the biggest table. And yeah, so basically you will want to create a payment link, pass it on the cart ID, and then retrieve it with either Zapier, Make.com, or even you can use currently it's in beta, so I don't really want to touch it too much, but basically you will potentially be able to catch the webhook of the payment and pass it into a table. From this point on, you will need Glide a paid plan because you cannot use API or integration in Glide paid plan. But this is my method how you can create a cart within Glide. I might do another video about the checkout itself. I mean how you can basically create payments links. Potentially I'm gonna use Stripe. Let me in the comment if this is something that you want me to do. But for now, this is it. This is how we can create a cart with Glide. Of course, if we have Alma here, so potentially we can go here to the users themselves and we can copy all of this. And Alma here can go to the users. Alice, all of this is not really relevant for us. We can just remove it. And basically that's what I want. I want to paste the cards. We don't need this and this. Also for her, inside we can also give it the name cards. Remove. And basically Alma can, as a manager, she can go inside her users and see the cards, and she can go inside the cart and maybe we can give her like a status of some sort, or whatever is we want. We can make statuses or other stuff that we want here, and so she can view it. Maybe she want to edit for a client, but yeah, this is basically it. Let me know in the comments if something was not clear, you want to make additional video for the checkout, or maybe for inventory management. Let's say Alma want to give the option of people can add up to 10 cameras of a certain type, and if it's finished then other people cannot buy it anymore, stuff like that. We can of course dive in deeper and deeper in this, but I really try to make the basic, and yeah, hope you enjoy it and see you on the next one.